tool I'm going to teach you about using is the clone stamp. I'm going to hide my Photoshop, and I'm going to go here. And I'm going to also show you a little trick that you can do. Once you have Photoshop open and we see the Photoshop Elements 12 editor over here, all the way on the right side of the dock, this is the icon for the open application. We can open files very quickly on this application by coming up here, grabbing a hold of them, dragging them down, and dropping them onto the little square, and they'll open automatically in Photoshop. You can't do that using this square. That will not, dragging and dropping onto that square will not open the file. Dragging and dropping onto this square will open the file. So if we go back to Photoshop, we see that we have the file open here. I want to show you how to use the clone stamp tool, and I want to create a bigger seashore than this one. And so I want to try and use this image twice, and I want to blend it together to make a bigger sunset scene that I can add some other things to. And in order to do that, I need to know how big this image is. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to Image, Resize, Image Size, and I'm going to find out the size of the image. Now I can see here that it's 320 by 298 high, 320 wide, 298 high, and a resolution of 72 pixels per inch. That is good information to have because I want to make a new blank file, and I'm going to do that by going New, Blank File, and I want to make this twice as wide. So I'm going to make it 640 pixels wide and 298 pixels high, which is how high the other one was. And I'm going to call this Seashore 2, and I'm going to say OK. And now I have this blank file, and I'm going to move my image this into here twice. So I'm going to go over and I'm going to get the move tool. I'm going to drag this and I'm going to drop it. And you'll see up here it automatically created a new layer above the background. So I'm going to move this one over, and then I'm going to do the same thing again. I'm going to drag this and I'm going to drop it into this layer. Now I have two of these. We can see I have two layers, and I want to take this and I want to kind of blend it together a little bit. I want to cover up the half palm tree on the edge there. So I'm going to take this over until it covers that palm tree, and that's pretty good. And then I'm going to flatten this whole image by going up to Layer, Flatten Image. And that gives me this. Now you can see I've got this little bit of white here on the side I need to get rid of, so I'm going to crop it. And the cropping tool is right here under the Modify. I'm going to get the cropping tool, I'm going to go into the corner here, and I'm going to drag it down until I get the very corner of the bottom, and that gives me what I'm going to have when I finish cropping. It's going to cut out this little white bit that I finished over here. And I hit the return key, and it gives me what I've cropped. But I've got this seam down the middle here, and I need to get rid of that. And we're going to use the clone stamp tool to get rid of that. And I'm going to show that to you next.